Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 6 of my 11-part series on the fastest checkmates in chess history. If you haven't watched the first 5 parts yet, you wouldn't watch the Back to the Future trilogy out of order, would you? So watch those first. The links are in the description. Here comes game 50, Hiroyuki Nishimura of Japan versus Helmut Marko of Papua New Guinea. Chess Olympics, round 13, Lucerne, Switzerland, November 13, 1982. Let's see. White's second move is knight f3 instead of knight c3. So that is that transposes to a King's Indian attack. Black plays d5. White plays knight c3, which is the two knights attack. D kills e4. Knight kills e4. Knight d7. Queen e2, knight gf6, that's a mistake, and then knight d6 mate. And this is actually the same mate as Kruijs versus Arlomovsky and Gustek versus Khristianovsky, which we saw earlier. The only difference being that Black's second and third moves were transposed. Japan scored 2.5 points out of 4 against Papua New Guinea in this event. Overall, Japan came in 61st out of 91 teams, and Papua New Guinea came in 71st. The next opening I would like to show you is the center counter gambit, also known as the Scandinavian defense. There are 2 games in this video with this opening, and white and black each win 1. So we have game 51, Damien Laporte versus Marie-Christine Duc, Crayon. Open, round 6, Crayon, France, August 4th, 2005. So we have e4, d5. E kills d5. Knight f6, which is the modern variation. And then bishop b5 check, which is the Bern variation. c6, d kills c6, queen a5. I could make some pun here about someone's about to get burned. The opening was actually named after Amos Bern. We have queen a5, which is a really bad move because now white's totally winning. C kills b7 check. Queen kills b5, which loses even faster because now white wins with b kills c8, promotes his pawn to a queen, and it's checkmate. Then we have game 52, which is a really short game. Lindemann versus Echtermeier, Kiel, Germany, 1893. Let's see. Black's second move is queen kills d5, which is called the Mises-Kotrok Gambit. And then white makes a pretty crazy looking third move. He's going to move king e2. Now, why would anyone move a king so early in the game, especially in a position like this? Lindemann had intended to move knight c3 on his third move, but accidentally touched his bishop, and according to the touch move rule of the day, he was forced to move his king, since no legal bishop move could be made. Echtermeier did win this game, but many people believe he did not do it in 3 turns, either because he didn't see queen e4 mate, or because he wanted to let the game last longer. The next opening I want to show you is the Pirtz defense. There's only one game in this video with this opening. Game 53. Leon Monosson versus Maurice Fauque. Paris Championship, France, 1935. So, let's see. E4, D6. D6. Where's D6 on this list? There it is. There it is. Pierce defense. Okay. Then we have D4. Knight D7, which is the Antal defense. And then Bishop C4. G6. Knight F3. Bishop G7, which is a pretty bad move because now white's winning. Bishop kills F7 check. King kills F7, which kind of doesn't help matters much for poor black. White goes Knight G5 check. And black only has 3 legal moves here. All of them are bad, but King F6 is the worst one. Because now white wins. Queen F3 mate. There we go. Just queen goes here, and boom. Because he's mated because the knight gets him here. And the pawns get him in these 2 spots, and the knight also gets him here. So, and he can't put anything in between. He can't kill the queen. That's it. Game over. The next opening I'm going to show you is the King's Bishops opening. There are 3 games in this video with this opening, of which black wins 1 and white wins 2. So, game 54, Jensen versus Muller, Denmark in 1977. After e4, we have e5. White plays bishop c4. That's your King's Bishops opening. And then black plays bishop c5. Oh, here it is. Yeah. The classical defense. And white plays knight c3. Black plays queen h4. Then g3. Queen f6. Knight f3. d6. White's winning now. d3. Uh-oh, now black's winning. Knight h6. And now white's winning. What's going on? Keeps going back and forth. These people keep blundering. And white could win here with knight d5. White could win with knight d5. But instead, he's going to play knight g5, which loses instantly. Queen kills f2 mate. Yeah, if he hadn't moved that knight, the queen would not have had access to the f2 square and could not have won. So that was just terrible play. Very bad play actually on both sides, but especially white, of course, because white lost this game. The next game I'm going to show you is game 55, Michael Meyer versus Douglas Newcomb. Junior Tournament, Los Angeles, USA, 1952. So on white's third move, we have queen h5, and then this almost looks like a setup for the scholar's mate, but you know, maybe black's going to be a bit smarter this time and not fall for that. So he plays g6, which is still bad, actually. I mean, if you look at this move list, almost everything loses instantly against queen kills f7 mate. So g6 is actually a relatively good move compared to most of these moves, but it's still bad because he still loses. White plays queen kills e5 check. There we go. That's winning. Black plays knight e7. And this brings actually a mate in 11. And now you're thinking, wait a minute, Jimmy. Didn't you say that this video was going to be all about games that were won in 7 moves or less? And now you're showing me something with a mate in 11? Well, yeah. You'll see. So queen kills h8 check. And then black plays knight g8. Queen kills g8 check. And here's where it gets funny. You know, black plays bishop f8, and white plays queen kills f7 mate. So that's yeah. He's got to do it with the queen here. He can't do it with the bishop because the king would be able to escape to e7. And now I guess I have to show you what would have happened maybe if black had played king e7 instead of bishop f8. Yeah, Newcomb wants to be put out of his misery fast, eh? But here's how he could have made the game drag on longer. So king e7, and then we got queen kills f7 check, king d6, d4, bishop b4 check, knight c3, c5, bishop f4 check, king c6, queen d5 check, king b6, d kills c5 check, bishop kills c5, knight a4 check, king a5, queen kills c5 check, king kills a4, and now there are actually 5 different ways white can checkmate black. A lot of these fast wins require a lot of subtlety and finesse, but not this one. This one is using a nuclear bomb to kill a mosquito. I know the temptation is to be highly critical of the losing players in games like these, but sometimes you have to cut them a little slack, because they are just children, and let's be honest, didn't we all make mistakes like these when we were children? Let's look at game 56. Karl Hartlaub versus... Oh man, I spelled versus wrong. That's a typo. Didn't even notice that until now. Karl Hartlaub versus H. Rosenbaum, Freiburg. And I'm not sure if this is Germany or Switzerland. It's one of those. 1892. So we have e4, e5, bishop c4, knight c6. Knight c6, eh? And then white plays knight f3. So it transposes to an Italian game. Black plays f6. Knight h4. g5. g5. Oh, that's bad. Now white mates in 2. Queen h5 check. King e7 is forced, and then we have knight f5 mate. And yeah, that's checkmate. Because the knight will get him on d6, the queen will get him on e8 and f7. The next opening I'm going to show you is the King's Head variation. There's only one game in this video with this opening. We have game number 57, Salom Lung of the Central African Republic versus Ibrahimi Khadija of Morocco, 43rd Women's Chess Olympics, Round 2, Batumi, Georgia, September 25th, 2018. White's second move is f3, which is probably not a great move for White, but that's what happened, that's what she did. Black played bishop c5. White played g4. Now black is totally winning. We have queen h4 check. King e2 is forced. Queen f2 check is the next move. There we go. King d3 is forced again. Knight c6. Not even the best move, but good enough. d5 would have perhaps been better, but here the thing is White makes a mistake and plays queen e2, allowing black to mate in one with queen d4 mate. That queen now stops White from having any escape square. His king can't go anywhere, so it's game over for White. Team Morocco defeated Team Central African Republic 4-0. Team Morocco came in 82nd, and Team Central African Republic came in 148th. The next opening I'm going to show you is the King's Gambit. I'm going to show you 6 games that open with the King's Gambit, of which black wins all 6. So if you're playing with the white pieces, I would suggest you be wary of the King's Gambit and perhaps open with the King's Knight instead. Game 58, which was duplicated in the database, so we've got N. Chinanoff versus R. Meyer, Paris, France, 1925, and Rufus Rhodes versus Marion A. Sanders, California Chess News Correspondence Tournament, 1949. So, White's second move is f4, that's the King's Gambit. Black plays bishop c5 instead of taking the pawn as he normally would. This is the classical variation. White plays f kills e5, and then we have queen h4 check. There we go, and black is winning now. Let's see, king e2 is actually a mistake that leads to instant death, because now black plays queen kills e4 mate. Yeah, it's mate because he can't go to f2 because the bishop gets him there, and the queen gets him everywhere else, and you know, a couple of his pieces are blocking him off from having an escape. So now we look at game 59, Dubner versus Greiner, Dayton, USA, 1972. It's another King's Gambit, different defense on black's part. So black plays d5, which is called the Fauque counter gambit. Fauque counter gambit. And white plays e kills d5, accepting the Fauque counter gambit. Black plays e kills f4, which is the modern transfer. White plays d3. Okay. And then we have queen h4 check. King d2. Bishop c5. Knight f3. Which is a bit of a mistake. Black's winning now. Black plays bishop e3 check. Someone's texting me, I'll look at it later. King e2, and now black has a mate in one. He plays queen f2 mate. Yeah, he's just totally locked in there by the queen and the bishop. And this concludes part 6 of my 11-part series. You should watch part 7 next. The link is in the description.